All right, everyone, here we go. It's been a little while since we've done a cure for cancer reading, so I thought we'd do one. It's a great way to take a quick look at the soulmate cycle. It is for Cancerians. It is their angle on the soulmate cycle, but these are all signs, because this entire soulmate cycle is Cancerian themed. The North Node was in Cancer when it began, and it has been proven to me time after time that sets the theme, and sure enough, it does here, for sure. Let's take a look at what's going on. I've got a pre-shuffle here, a very interesting one. The energy right now is like very still. It's like a still energy. It's not heavy per se. Maybe I'll pull an energy weather update pretty soon and we'll talk about it, but I'm not sure. We'll see if I have time. I certainly will if I do. But it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This is timeless. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. I've got, in a pre-shuffle, just the surface energy. I said, give me a cure for cancer reading. Universe knows what I mean by that. It's one of my readings. It's a very specific reading here. We'll talk about it. But Ace of Pentacles crossed by the Chariot. The Chariot here is the Cancerian energy. This is the card that represents this soulmate cycle for me. This is a bit of prediction. And the universe is kind of predicting something here that we have a hard time predicting in real life, in the 3D, which is an earthquake. Japan just had an earthquake. We had one the other day. Just the other day, we had one here in California, about a 4.8. We got our shelves a little rattled here at our house, although the earthquake was a little further away. It's still a year that starts with an earthquake. And in my experience, living out here for the past couple of decades, every year that starts with an earthquake has a lot of change to it. A lot of change. It doesn't happen every year, let me tell you. The universe is predicting a bit of an earthquake here in the soulmate cycle, especially from the angle of Cancer, but the angle of Cancer is the soulmate cycle. It is sort of an all signs position, like I said. The Ace of Pentacles, it's grandma on the freeway at 15 miles an hour. Something's about to happen. It's about to, that slow moving car, so to speak, is about to come around the corner, with the Chariot crossing it here. Underneath that is the Queen of Pentacles. There is an element of stability within the connection right now, just a calm sort of a thing going on. I said you could call it a calm before the storm, if you will, but the energy is very still. This is a very still energy here. And underneath that is the Hierophant. Great long-lasting change is about to happen here. Okay, these are long-term things. This is very spiritual. Something very spiritual is about to happen. That's all I can say. I mean, what? I don't know. Maybe you meet a new soulmate. Maybe, maybe it's what I talked about in Mercury and Sagittarius reading for you. I don't know. Maybe it's a long-lost runner. Whatever it is, it's a big deal. And what's interesting here is underneath that Hierophant is the Nine of Cups. I think it's not part of the pre-shuffle. The pre-shuffle is the Hierophant bookending the being read with the Ace of Pentacles here. But there is a Nine of Cups there as I dig a little deeper. It's something that actually kind of smooths things out, makes it feel pretty good. All right. So let's see what's going on. I don't know. I'm going to pull on the incoming energy. I just know there's a metaphorical earthquake coming. That's all. And it's a pretty accurate prediction with that Chariot. There's major arcana. We don't really control that. When you get major arcana with an ace, aces are about new beginnings. When you get a major arcana of some sort, especially a powerful one like the Chariot, with a DM driving in a soulmate cycle pull, right? We don't control the major arcana. We don't have any control over that. It's a pretty accurate prediction. You can almost absolute certainty something's about to shake up here. Let's give the deck a shuffle. We ask the universe, give me the soulmate cycle, right? With a cure for cancer reading. I haven't done one of these in a while. I don't know why. Probably had a lot of, with the holidays and getting tied up with all of that, plus all the readings I had to do. It's probably that. It's a very specific reading. We pull 5 cards from the bottom, the environmental energy around this incoming energy coming in, all right, or around things maybe, I don't know. The top, we pull 4 cards from the top, and that's how this in the energy is coming towards you, the energy attached to you, is behaving within this environmental energy. All right, we clarify the top cards. Starting with the bottom, environmental energy, Page of Cups. See, that's a tidal wave on that card. A lot of times, you always know when a tidal wave is coming. It's the sea pulls back quite a bit. It's like a super low tide. It's really eerie. The birds are acting funny. Same thing with an earthquake. And it's right there. There's a tidal wave coming here. All right, let's just see. It's could be new love for some of you. Could be somebody shows up with an apology. I don't know. I get a page of wands after that. 5 cards from the bottom, right? Page of wands. New adventures are coming. Some change is happening. New adventures. It's communication. I get communication here. I get communication here. I got all pages though. Very interesting. Page of Pentacles. It's like it's a brand new deck and they have all the pages together, and yet I've shuffled this deck thousands of times at this point. You can see it's tore up. That said, Page of Pentacles. That's our center card here. It tells me you're about to learn something, okay? It's because it's the base energy. The environmental energy here is trying to show you something. Trying to prove something to you, trying to show you something, or will show you something. Look at it however you want. It's very spiritual. It's a hermit, okay? The Hermit is the 4th card, and the 5th card, red with the book ending, of course. The Page of Cups is the 2 of Cups. 2 soulmates coming together. I'll show you the 6th card because it tends to show up. You got an energy that's attached to you that's very attracted to you. That's Empress right there. Okay, that's your energy attached to that. You have a smaller energy coming towards you, but it's something something's going to be revealed here, no doubt. The energy is balancing. It happens with a tidal wave or an earthquake, though. I will say this is a bigger Page of Cups. Power. The energy coming off of this is much more powerful than a typical Page of Cups. Okay, our reading's on the flip. All right, now how is the incoming energy behaving in this environment? Sometimes they work against it. We'll see. Right here, what do we get? So what's going to happen here? 5 of Swords. Yeah. 4 of Swords, nothing. What's crossing the 4 of Swords? 8 of Swords. Jesus, this is terrible. All right, 5. I mean, you got to laugh. You have to look. False victory. It's a void energy of nothing. Healing is being avoided because somebody here is overthinking. Which is creating a false victory, sabotage, self-sabotage, that kind of thing. What's bookending the 5 of Swords? 9 of Wands. These environmental energies are making somebody overthink. It's a lot what happens during earthquakes here. We get a lot of new people. Not nude. We have a lot of nude people here, but new people. Here in California, you never experienced earthquakes before. Earthquake happens. I got neighbors like that, right? Earthquake happens, they're all outside freaking out. Rest of us are like, okay, the shelf rattled for like fucking 3 seconds. Chill out, right? It's not the end of the world. Krypton is not exploding. Okay, calm the fuck down. It's a bit of that. They're like my neighbors who are new to California and they have no idea what the fuck just happened. We had a 4.8. They said it was a 4.8. Well, it wasn't a 4.8 here. We were miles away. It was a 4.8 where it happened. Okay, it was like a 1.8 here. All right, but somebody here is freaking out in this energy, sort of the way somebody new to an earthquake would freak out. And that's what's going on. That's the freak out right there. That's the and it's blocking a lot of healing that could come if somebody would just take the wall down and open up. They're gonna talk. There's communication here. That's why I kind of chuckle. Because I get it. It's all here. I got cards of communication, the environmental energy is encouraging it, 2 soulmates coming together. But 2 soulmates are coming together to a point under this energy. This is really a setup energy. This is to teach somebody something. Generally speaking, someone's second earthquake is better than their first. All right? They kind of get with the program a little bit. This is sort of someone's first earthquake. It's sort of what this is here. And it's, or first tidal wave, however you want to look at it. The energy is encouraging communication, but I think if it happens under this energy right now, here in January, which is really a setup month, laying the foundation for the big changes to come in 2024. I've been reading that in the energy for a while. I named the year of 32, which is enlightenment, and I wrote a whole blog article about it. Why I call this coming year the year of 32. It's an angel number. It's an important number. But I also have gotten verification in the 3D with a year that opened in the January earthquake. It's very rare, but every year it's happened, and I can look back on my notes and everything like that, have been huge change years. The foundation here is important, though. I think somebody learned something. All right? I think at the very least, because I got learning here, This energy is here to teach somebody something, right? Just like your first earthquake might teach you something, so that you don't freak out as much in the second one. Right? It's a bit like that. I mean, it's the only way I can describe the energy to you. It's very tricky. I'm not just going to sit here and go, well, look, I got the Two of Cups, I got communication. I have all of this, and say someone's going to communicate, and then they're going to hold back, and it's all self-sabotaging. I don't believe that happens. I believe this is, again, a lay in the foundation setup month. I think somebody's going to over-process these environmental energies, and the result will be probably not a whole lot happening. I talked about January in my January write-up being a little bit boring. You know, not a lot's happening during a setup process. And that even showed up during my Q1 reading, my Q1 of 2024 reading. All right. Let's clarify. Let's grab the light seer. I always do my best to explain the energies because it's never cut and dry. But I get this. I understand this. And it's really funny that earthquake showed up, predicting it. There is something happening here, no doubt. It's something that you want this to happen for this person, whoever they are, because it leads to something else happening, something a little better, something a little calmer. There is a stillness in the energy, though, that's good. That allows for the processing of lessons quite nicely. Okay, let's pull on Five Swords. Why is Five Swords here? The universe basically predicting if there's a conversation, because the conversation's here. If there's a conversation, it's got a wall up, and it's a bit of a false victory on some level. Let's talk about the Five Swords. All right, let's have a chat about Five Swords. Let's see where we go here. Tell me about Five Swords. Why is it here? All right. Yeah. It's the High Priestess. It's somebody not listening to their intuition a little bit here. Somebody's holding back. The incoming energy is holding back how they feel, and that's self-sabotage. Again, we see it here, overthinking with the Eight of Swords crossing the Four of Swords, blocking a lot of healing by overthinking it too much. We're supposed to shut down the brain in the Four Swords and allow healing to happen, right? Third eye to open, things like that. You can't do that with all this chatter in the mind, all right? What's going on top? So the High Priestess energy can't get through. Somebody sabotaging their own happiness by behaving this way, okay? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, just like my neighbors. They were sabotaging their own happiness on what was a wonderful morning because some shit on the shelf rattled. A literal nothing quake, But if you've never experienced one, it'll freak you out. Your house isn't supposed to rattle like that, Like King Kong coming down the street. Okay, fine. Get it. But again, it's cool. Be cool. When it's their first run here. This is a very interesting energy. It's tough to explain, but I'm doing my best. Why is the Nine Cups here? Yeah, the Emperor. Somebody's being a little bit stuck in their ways. Okay, that Emperor is who's supposed to be driving the chariot. Only a balanced Emperor drives it properly. This one here, a little out of balance with the Five Swords and the base energy. Someone's stuck in their own ways, again, afraid of change. When you're afraid of change, you ain't got time to be afraid of change. All right? Life flows along. I mean, it takes you with it. Call it the river. Energy readers call it the river or the energy around us for a reason. You don't get to stop a river. If you're floating on the river, you're floating on the river. All right. A lot of people just put anchors down and stay in one place, and that's fine. That's nice and safe, I suppose, but it isn't a whole lot of fun. And there's not a whole lot of learning with that. Why is the Four of Swords here? Tell me about this healing, which is obviously blocked by overthinking. Let's see where we go. This is all very encouraging here in the environmental energy. This is something that has to happen. It's one of those things that's going to happen this month. We'll learn a little bit more about that when I pull Mars moving into Capricorn, right? I might pull on that tomorrow, okay? Mars moving into Capricorn. Because that's about... It has a lot of elements. It gives you the strength to go after your goals and fortitude and all that kind of stuff, sure. But there's an underlying element to this particular Mars moving into Capricorn, which is kind of showing up here. That's why I'm mentioning it. And it's the control element of the Emperor. It's that someone who wants to control everything as they go through and make their way toward their goals. Except in this energy, what you find out is you don't control anything. And that's one of the things that freaks people out about earthquakes. We don't control anything. Everyone thinks they got their, well, I got my stuff on my shelf here. I've got this. My house is stable. Everything's fine. You think your house is stable. You think you put something on a shelf, it's going to stay there. An earthquake tends to rattle people on a subconscious level because everything you think is stable, that you think is safe, you feel safe in your home, is shaking like a motherfucker and stuff is falling on the ground off your shelves and you can't control it, right? It's sort of a metaphor in a way for what this particular transit of Mars and Capricorn is going to teach these very need to control emperors on the DM side of this soulmate cycle. It's the universe's way of saying, look, I got a tidal wave coming your way, or I got an earthquake coming your way. Here's your proof that you don't control shit, right? And that's kind of what it is. We don't. You don't control the river. That's why I always teach everybody, just flow with the energy. All right? Nothing, just flow with it. If shit happens, be like water. Take the shape of water takes the shape of whatever it's poured into. These emperors don't like to take shape of anything other than what they want to take shape of. They're going to learn some lessons for sure. Why's the Four of Swords here? It's crossed by justice. If they just quiet the mind a little bit, the energy is very, I said the environmental energy, this is the environmental energy around the Four of Swords. The energy is very conducive for healing. It's actually very stable. It's very stable energy. But somebody's getting in the way with this Eight of Swords here, which is crossing that. We'll get to the Eight of Swords in a minute and find out why. First, what's on top here? Temperance. What did I say? The energy is very stable. I got a nice calm Four of Swords. I've got, which is potential for healing, for sure. I've got Temperance, which is healing, big time. Archangel Michael, healing through truth kind of a thing. I've got Justice, which is balanced energy, which is happiness. It's all possible. It's all possible, except this motherfucker here thinks they can control things. And they want to control it, and they want it their way. The Burger King, right? Gotta have it their way. Well, why is Temperance? Sorry. Why is Temperance here? The Sun. Yeah, there's a lot of potential happiness here. Potential happiness, okay? Potential energy. There's a lot of potential energy here. There's a lot of happy, really nice, good energy here. But the Eight of Swords is crossing all of this. And the end result is 9 Wands, which in numerology is an escalation from an 8 to a 9. The suits don't have to match for that. But and 9s are the end in tarot. There is a sun on the other side of this 9 of Wands. I get it. I get what the universe is saying. But again, somebody here, I think part of the setup, the foundation being built here in January, the setup month, is the incoming energy learning some lessons it needs to learn. I think primarily, or at least in a strong part, about control, about what we can and cannot control. The fact of the matter is, I just assume we control nothing. And I find my life is a lot less stressful than most people's. Right? All we can really control is our reaction to things, how we react, how we feel. Our own energy space. That's what we control. A lot of people, including these runners, these incoming energies, these DM side here, give that energy away to other people. Somebody insults you, you let it bother you for weeks and months and months and months, right? Gnawing at you. That person's living rent-free, almost in your soul, for God's sake. Just killing it. No reason for that. All right, here we go. The one thing we can control, thanks to our superpower of free will, is our reaction to things. Why is the Eight of Swords here? This is their reaction, right? 8 Swords. It's crossed by the Hierophant. Something doesn't make sense to them. There's a strong spiritual. Let's just say they went and talked to a priest, and they just don't get what the priest. It's not getting through because they're trying to think. This is like an energy with the Hierophant crossing the 8 of Swords. It's like an energy of people that are difficult to have conversations with. Because they're while you're talking and explaining your point of view, you're the Hierophant in this analogy, they're thinking about what they're going to say rather than listening to you. You follow? So they're more, again, it's that control element here. Right? And I think Mars transit through Capricorn is going to teach them some lessons for sure. What's on? We'll pull on that, don't worry. It's showing up here quite a bit. What's on top? Page of Cups. Yeah, that's what knocks them down to a page a little bit. Why is the Page of Cups here? The Three of Wands. Always planning, never doing. Nervous. Makes them nervous. They're making themselves nervous. The energy around is it's very holy in a way. You know, it really is. I got the Hierophant here, Justice here, Angel energy here. They're surrounded by angel energy on crack. I mean, it's unreal. And this person here, again, with this base of Eight of Swords, they have the ability to stop this. They need to understand or learn the concept of just let things flow. We don't control, just assume we don't control anything external. All we control is our energy space. That's it. Now, I think they figure it out at some point. I don't know. They must. They must. The story must end that way at some point. Why is, please, why is the Nine of Wands here? Let's talk about it. Now, the good news is there's a sun here. There's a sun on this card. So some of Archangel Michael's truth is getting through here. At least some of it. All right? Well, let's talk about the Nine of Wands is our final outcome. At the end of the day, there's a little bit of a wall until this person kind of, you know, smartens up a little bit. There's a lot of transits here in January in particular that are in effect for the whole month. Not just short 1 or 2 day things that are pulling on the energy and energy flow and stuff like that. No, these are things that are around for the full month and into February. And again, the entirety of Q1 of 2024 is sort of a setup phase. It's building the foundation. And once those changes start happening, which, you know, toward the end of Q1, beginning of Q2, may start a little bit in February. Once those changes start happening, they happen very quickly. So again, it's time to take the wall down. Why is the Nine of Wands here? A lot of shuffling today in this reading. My goodness. My goodness. What is going on here? Yeah. Again, I'm going to hope that there isn't a conversation. Or you, if this is a new person, you meet this new person under this energy. Because I got Queen of Wands, I got Fakey McFakerman crossing it. It's Fakey McFakerman energy aspect of the Queen of Wands. That's how it's reflecting. It's somebody here who, the Queen of Wands doesn't really ever grasp things more than the surface level. Okay, they're not really getting. It's what I said over here with the Pope. I said it's like they talking to a priest or talking to the Pope, but they're not really getting the message because they're too busy thinking about what they're going to say while that important person is talking. Right? The important person here is the energy around them, the environmental energy, the universe, their own inner hermit, if you will. And they're not getting the message. It's because of this energy, this need to just look at the superficial, to want to get things done. The person who doesn't think they need the instructions to put something together. Those instructions, chuck those over there. I'm just going to slap it together. Should be a piece of cake, right? Things like that. The Queen of Wands, what I'm going to say about these emperors here in this, one of the things is they know the price of everything and the true value of nothing, okay? And that's what they need to get past here. That is coming to a head. It's the 9. 9's are the end in tarot. The sun is seeping through. Archangel Michael's energy, be it Archangel Michael's energy, Justice's energy, or the Hierophant's energy, it's popping through. It's all represented by the sun in this reading. It's getting through a little bit, okay? So, you know, have some faith on your side, either way. What's on top? See? What did I say? I said have some faith, right? Well, hope. Have some hope. You can have hope here. There's a lot of hope energy coming off of this. It's just the energy right now is just right for someone to see the light. Can I put it that way? It's a delayed wish. It's a delayed gratification. They're slowing it down, right? They're slowing down their own manifestation. They manifested this to come together, this connection. Why is the star here? The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, the universe is like, you can have some hope, you can have some faith here. They will eventually. Eventually they'll get it. Eventually they'll get it. It'll balance out. This is representing kind of, it's like a minor arcana Justice card, which was crossing over here, Justice. Okay, so eventually they will. The energy right now is doing its job. It's like medicine, slow medicine, that's just doing its job right now and taking care of business. It is what it is. I mean, that's just where we're at. It is a setup month. I've talked about it. I've warned you about it. I warned you about boredom in my write-up. Yep, it is. It's not great for business for tarot readers. You know, well, I mean, I'm sorry, you know. So be careful of the readings you get this month. You know, people might try to fudge them. Oh, somebody going to come in, somebody. I don't think so. I think this is, I think for the most part, this is a month that builds the foundation for the future. And that's very important. We need those months. Let's go, let's see what else the universe wants to tell you before we go. There you are. You're sitting pretty. You guys are fine. Okay, just do the opposite of what this one does. Don't get in 8 swords, right? Allow it to flow. Relax. And enjoy the ride is the advice I'll give you. I'm enjoying the ride of this month. Why not? Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. Let's pull 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. See if there's any message for the Empress here. All right, besides what I've said. All right, let's go. Four of Wands. Queen. Universe got a sense of humor today. Queen of Wands. Ace of Wands. You picking up a Wands theme here? And the Page of Swords crossing the Queen of Wands in my base energy. These are read center, left, right. You've got a new beginning coming, but it might not be with who you think it is. Okay? Can I put it that way? I'm saying you're probably at some point going to hear from Fakey McFakerman, because I left this here. I wouldn't normally leave this on the table. I left it right there. There's your Queen of Wands crossing the final outcome here. And sure enough, there's a Queen of Wands. You will hear from Fakey McFakerman, but this person here is endlessly disappointing until they learn some valuable lessons. Some will, some won't. But you guys have a new beginning coming. This card is representing multiple new beginnings. Whenever I'm drawn to the multiple flowers here at the top, you're going to have this year in particular. I'll go ahead and stretch it beyond just now. You, the Empresses, the DF side, the ones who have grown, whichever side you are. Got a few enlightened DMs here, I know. You guys are going to have multiple opportunities to bring great change to your lives. Okay? You're going to be shown multiple paths. Be wise enough. Okay? Your own inner hermit is there too. Be wise enough to know when somebody's a disappointing fool, okay? And move on from that. That's all. That's all. Don't worry about this. Let this person sort their shit out. Some will. Some absolutely will when you go down this path with them. This Four of Wands. Absolutely. Absolutely positively. But it came up this way for a reason. This is a little page. It's a spying little page and whatever. They learn from you when they do that. And some of them apply that learning and some of them don't. It's just the way it is. But the universe is clear here. You've got multiple paths that are coming your way, all right? That's your reading. Very interesting, all right? The earthquake, you won't feel the earthquake, I don't think. I think for you, it's just another day. It's just another day of growth, and you just flow through it. What I said in Mercury and Sagittarius about this side, I think I talked about it in the extended a little bit, this side picking up. The old, no matter how far gone it is, the old soulmates attached to you are picking up this very powerful dormant soulmate that's awakening. So keep that in mind. That could be what the earthquake is for some of you. Anyway, for ones where the Mercury and Sagittarius reading applied, the earthquake for this energy could be them picking up on that energy that I talked about in that reading. Okay? All right, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right, good luck.